What's going on, guys? My name is Kyle and welcome back. Today's gonna be a quick one and a little different to the normal stuff we post, but I wanted to make this video because I had a couple of thoughts about what I wanted to do this year, and I thought, what better way to create some accountability for myself so I have to follow through with them, but it'll give you guys a little idea as to what to expect this year. So as most of you know, the content on this channel has changed dramatically over the years, which is not ideal, but I'm kind of happy it has because it's given me the opportunity to try a heap of different things, find out what I do and don't like, and I think I've found something that I really enjoy doing. Most of you guys know that last year I bought a project car, which is a 2004 Mitsubishi Lancer, and I love it. The reason that I bought that car is because for most of my lifetime, I've wanted to learn how to work on cars, do things myself to the car, and just learn more about cars in general. And it was always hard to find the time and find a drive to commit to learn. But last year, that was the year. I bought the car and I just dove in with both feet and tried my best to learn as much as I could. I did a bunch of things that I've never done before and I learned a ton and I loved every minute of it. And even though I made a ton of mistakes, I have never been more driven to learn about cars than I am right now. So what's the plan for this year? What are we doing? I'm not very good at making lists, but I've got about 4 things that I want to try my best to achieve before Christmas this year. The first thing is the Lancer. By Christmas this year, I want to have the Lancer completely finished. I want to find and put a body kit on the car. I want to paint it or wrap it or whatever we decide to do to have it all one color. I want to have that done. There's a couple of things I still want to do to the engine. There's things that I want to do in the way of like maintenance and servicing the car, like a fuel pump and fuel filters and all the maintenance stuff that I've never done to a car before. I want to learn how to do that. I want to service the transmission, maybe even change some clutch components depending on how confident I'm feeling. I want to do the front and rear brakes and bleed the whole brake system and replace it and make it new. I want to maybe change some suspension components like control arms or tie rods, or maybe even put some coilovers on the car. I have no idea what the plan is, and obviously this all costs money, so it's going to depend on what I can afford. But regardless of final decisions and what we actually choose to do, I want to have that car finished by the end of the year. That may be a little ambitious, but I think we can do it. So if you've been enjoying those Lancer videos, you can definitely expect more of them this year. Okay, the second thing on my list is fabrication. At the end of last year, I bought myself a really cheap welding pack, and I made a video of me using it for the very first time. If you haven't seen that, I'll link it up there. Go and watch it. If you have already seen that video, you would know the welds were definitely not great. I definitely didn't go into it thinking that I'd be a welding master, but I thought I would do better than I did. So that was definitely a very eye-opening experience. So over the Christmas break, I've been doing my best to practice, learn as much as I can, and just see if I can be any better. And I ended up making my very first project that was gonna be functional. I made this. I upgraded my workbench. We have hanging tool storage. We have spare parts storage. We have a shelf for extra stuff because we don't really have any storage in the garage. I made that. It's definitely not the nicest looking thing in the world, but I'm pretty happy for my very first project ever with a welder. I'm not upset. And ever since I finished that, I have been addicted. I was out here on the weekend, wanted to do some practice. I had no idea what to build, so I built this. I built a chair. I don't know why. I built a little steel chair because I had scrap metal and I wanted to try and weld stuff together. I don't know. I don't have an answer, but I'm addicted to it. I just literally cannot stop. And it was just so cool to come out here, have a couple of hours to myself and just practice. And I made a chair. I don't know. Listen, I don't have all the answers, but what I do know is that I'm addicted and I cannot wait to learn more. So this year, what I want to do is I want to try and get my welding basics and my fabrication basics to a level that I'm comfortable doing something to the car. If I want to put something on the car or make a bracket or do some sheet metal or whatever, I want to be comfortable enough to attempt it. It is not going to be perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but I want to be comfortable enough to just at least give it a go. So as a test to myself, when I'm feeling comfortable, I want to make my own cold air intake for the Lancer. That's what I want to do. If we have to make brackets, if we have to mount it to the car or whatever we have to do, I want to make sure that I have enough knowledge and I'm comfortable enough to do it. We're going to make our own cold air intake. Is it going to work? Again, probably not, but I want to at least give it a try. So that's number 2, fabrication. Tick it off the list. Moving on, the third thing that I want to focus on this year is something that I'm very excited to share with you all. You might already know what this is. Most of you probably will have no idea what this is, but it's Midnight Tune Co. If you've seen me wearing these shirts, you've seen the banner up in the garage, that is our brand called Midnight Tune Co. About halfway through last year, I started looking into ways that I could build something that would not only represent how I feel about cars, but having something that would help you guys support the channel, help us make more content, and just be something that we're super proud of. We have a bunch of cool designs, a heap of things that you guys can grab, and I am this close to having everything ready to go to make it live. I just want to try and make sure that I iron out every last little thing before we send it out there. So if you want to be preemptive preemptive about grabbing something, you can follow us on Instagram at MidnightTuneCo, or you can go to midnighttuneco.com, bookmark it, and get ready for that website to go live. I'll be making heaps of notifications and posts and all sorts of stuff when it finally does happen, but if you want to be one of the very first to grab something, just go check it out. I appreciate you. Now, the fourth and final thing that's on my list is very cliched, I know, so don't roast me, okay? I want to make content, specifically better content, things that I never would have normally done. I want to jump out of my comfort zone. I want to do things that I wouldn't have tried before. Pretty much every single video that I've ever made has been within the confines of my house. I've been in my comfortable own little space. I film by myself. Everything is done by myself, which is fine, but it's very comfortable. So this year I really want to try and step out of that comfort zone, whether that's going to car shows or car events or meets or whatever. I just want to try something. I don't know what that's going to be, whether it's filming with other people or not. I have no idea, but I want to put it out there. So this year you may see a little bit of a fluctuation in some content. You might see something that's really different to what you normally see, and if you don't like it, tell me. If you do like it, also tell me. I'm open to pretty much anything, and at the end of the day, these videos are for you. If you don't like them, tell me. I want to make things that you enjoy, and I can't do that if you don't tell me how you feel. So please give me your feedback. But that's pretty much my thoughts and feelings. I'm really freaking excited for 2023. I cannot wait to just do things and make content and just do stuff with you guys. I'm very freaking excited. If you guys have just stumbled across this video and you've never seen any of the stuff that I make before, it's a pleasure to have you here. Don't forget to subscribe. I post new videos every week. Welcome to the team. If you guys did like this, don't forget to like it. It helps us a bunch with the YouTube algorithm, and I would appreciate it. Don't forget to follow us on all of our social media. I'll leave links to everything in the description, but other than that, I'm gonna leave you guys to it. I love your faces. Bye.